Hello everybody, my name is Timothy Tomkunis, and today I'm going to be discussing the theory of evolution. The theory of evolution states in Charles Darwin's ideas that organisms changed over a set amount of time, and this is millions upon millions of years, to better suit their surroundings. Now, one of the best known examples was where he studied the Galapagos Islands. Charles Darwin studied Galapagos turtles, finches, iguanas, basically all the native species that were native to the Galapagos Islands. Now, the biggest wide example, to my knowledge, that I have been taught through my many years of science is finches. There are several species of finches native to the Galapagos Islands, and the main areas that Charles Darwin noticed were different about them were their beaks. Some had bigger and thicker, some had long and skinnier, some had shorter, some had wider, and they were all in different areas in groups. Now, where evolution comes in is that these finches had different traits to give them their exact beak sizes and shapes, and these shapes and traits allowed them to better survive in these areas of the islands. For example, the finch that had a bigger and thicker beak was able to crack nuts that were native to the island to break the shell and get the food inside. Finches that had longer and skinnier beaks were able to get insects in short cracks and crevices to help them survive. Now, another known example for evolution would be us as humans evolving from the monkey or ape. Now, where people get this idea is that when you look at a monkey or ape's chromosomes in their DNA, they have the closest number of chromosomes to us as people. And also their skeletal structures, like their skulls, their hands, all their joints, their fingers, rib cages, spines, they are all so similar in a way that it shows that yes, this theory is possible. Now, another example to better describe evolution is this. If you're in Africa and you have a giraffe with a shorter neck and you have a giraffe with a longer neck, and there is a tree that is very high up with leaves in an abundant supply, and the giraffes need them to survive, which giraffe is going to survive? The giraffe with the short neck trait or the giraffe with the long neck trait? This also ties in with Charles Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest. The animals with the better traits, longer neck, are going to survive compared to the animals with the not so better traits, shorter neck, and pass their traits on through time. Now, evolution is not a widely accepted topic and based on many religions and people such as Christianity and Catholicism, for these religions believe that God created each animal in a specific way for permanent amount of time and that they've always been the same. However, when you look at a whale, for example, humpback whales, on their lower back areas they have a hip joint. Now, if whales were always made to be in the water, why would they be given a hip joint? So basically what this is saying that maybe whales at one time were walking on land. This is also evident in their fins bone structures, for they have very similar bone structures to animals that walk on land like us people. Now, another example would be snakes. They have hip joints and arm joints similar to us that are possibly these bone structures along their skeletal systems in the upper and lower regions. Now, if a snake was always the way it was, why would it be given these joint systems? So maybe snakes were once walking on all four or hind legs. Evolution, in a sense, is basically saying organisms have not always been the way they were, and that yes, in due time they do change so they can survive their surroundings and climates better than the animals that have the traits worse or not as well suited as they do. Thank you for the time and the opportunity to be in this competition. I greatly appreciate you thinking of me to be nominated with this prestigious award. And as always, I'm TJ Tomkunis. Thank you very much.